Hi there, this is Kathy Crow here at the Crow's Cottage in Springfield, Missouri. It is so good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to do BBQ Master, and today would be a perfect time to actually grill outside. Maybe it's a bit breezy, but not too bad. It's beautiful out there. In fact, I've been outside all day. So my hands are a little dirty from gardening. I've got nail polish on that because I use those to seal my rose canes, and I got the last few that I'd have to take out for rosette disease last year. We only have a few left. So I got it done. That was good. And made sure I cleaned my clippers before I went to any rose bush because I can't plant anymore until I'm sure it's eradicated from our yard. This year I should know. Now I took this set and I put it in with my outdoor barbecue because I really like this set, but this grill is really nice and all, but it didn't have any dies. So when I got this, I really wanted the grill because it has a die, but then when I got it, when I put the camera down, you'll see why I really wanted this set. It is so nice. Now, I forgot to get my computer going so that I won't be able to, like, oh, should I do it? I'm going to have to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera and put this down, and then we're going to see, maybe I'll get it going. I am as usual, like off my game because I was outside all day long. Boy, it was nice. I went out on a nice bike ride and that was lovely. Oh, I went out pretty early. I was surprised how many people were out there actually. I didn't expect there to be that many because I was out, instead of exercising like I normally would do, going down to our workout center and all that, I went ahead and just rode my bike. It was really nice, though. So glad I did. I got to see a cute little bunny. He was so cute. All right, so that was fast, thankfully, because Facebook is cooperating. Boy, thank you, Facebook. That's so nice of you. All right, so I'm going to tilt it a bit more and go like that, and maybe that'll be even better. We'll see. Then I need to get my lights on. By the time I get those on, then we'll have to adjust again probably, but that's okay. Oh, all right, there we go. Oh yeah, this little guy. I don't think this guy is, oh, he is going. Huh, all right. I don't know if it does anything. It's my little extra light on the side that I keep playing with every week. I never get it really right because it's not it's not really attached up here very well, but anyway, it's like kind of dangling. I don't know how to tighten it up really. It could be tightened. I don't really know what to do. Okay, that's good enough. And actually that's not too bad. I'm gonna slide this up. No, I really can't, so I'm gonna slide you down. All right, good enough. So for these cards, actually, I don't buy new things. I keep my old stuff. So I've got all of my swirly dies, but these are all retired. Okay, so there was a swirly set that was really cool that was dies for Valentine's Day this year, and when I saw it I was really tempted to buy it, but I didn't buy it because I don't need it. I got it. I got a nice heart that I actually like. So I did use the circle. Oh brother, I don't even see. Oh, there it is right there. And so that is from this set. Like, I've got 3 sets combined here, but so you'll be confused, but that's what I did because I really wanted a swirl and I wanted my little stake. Now this stake is part of this set, and like I said, there's no dies with this one, and I didn't want to have to fussy cut the whole stake out, although I could have. It probably wouldn't have taken any more time, in fact, to do what I did. I just stamped it on and then cut just the bottom and stuck it on. Yeah, I probably won't do that this time. The hamburger is actually a little bit labor intensive. There is a hamburger, and this one you can just stamp and color, and this one has like this separate cute little bun. There's the top, there's lettuce, there's a mushroom, shrimp, a hot dog. This is why I liked this set. Here's the bottom of the bun. Here's another oh no, that's the meat patty. This is the bottom of the bun. It has the skewers and the fork. I really like that. What is this? Let's see what this is. I'm not sure. I think I figured it out when I was doing stuff. Now I'm not so sure. Maybe it... that's funny. It doesn't really... It's not the meat patty. Where is the... No, it wouldn't be the meat patty. I don't know what it is. And what's this too? I don't know. That's the onion. That's what it is. Oh, pickle? No, it can't be a pickle. It's way too big to be a pickle. Anyway, we're just moving on from there, okay? Because I don't want to think about it. And I am going to send this card to our son. One of our sons, maybe both of our sons are the grill master. I wouldn't know. But I've already made this one, so I'm not going to do another one like it. But I think what I'm going to do is use my Happy Mother's Day. And instead of it going to Father's Day, I know many of you ladies out there like to grill. I used to grill. I wasn't the master of it. In fact, Jeff is the one that would rescue. He would come home from school and run out there and rescue the meat before it burned, because I always forgot it. And I also just like my meat like super well done and like no one does. And so he would rescue it because it would get really, really overdone. Grilling and chilling is what's going to go with that Happy Mother's Day, I think. Or flipping awesome would be really good too. If you had I guess if you had a Mrs. or Mistress, you could say to the grill mistress. That kind of sounds weird. Mrs. Sounds weird too. You could do master. It doesn't really matter, does it? Because we all know that the women generally are the ones that rule the roost anyway. It doesn't matter what you call us. All right, you can call us lovely. That is what you can call us. So I'm going to go ahead and do this card, I think, first. Or am I going to do this card? What do I want to do? I did really like this one, but I actually am using, on each of these, I'm using a lot of the other set too. And I think we'll stick with this one just because it's more of the current set. So my colors are real red, okay? I didn't even do my traditional white on the inside. I haven't done the inside yet, but that would be nice to do. But I've cut out my basic beige with my stitched rectangles already, ready to go, because I do want to get us going. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of scrap paper down here, and we're going to stamp these cool little barbecue utensils all over here. And I think I'm using crumb cake. That's what it looks like. It looks like I'm using crumb cake. And I did the grill in red just to see if I liked it, and I didn't. It's okay, but I actually just really preferred it in black. So we're going to just stick with a black grill. Ooh, not that one. Not that one. This one right here. All right, I got to get my nails done because I'm surprised they survived it all today. All right, so here's the tongs. I'm going to start with the tongs because I really like those. And I'm just going to do them straight on, okay? And we're not going to even try to do Stampin' Up! Or anything with it. And that's it. I only want a couple because I need other things on here. So we're not going to do a lot. There's so many of these little utensils. They're so cute. All right, and then the little spatula. Gotta have the little spatula. The one bad thing about these photopolymer ones are that they do wiggle. If I put them down on my block haphazardly, they stay that way because they can. Well, especially when they have a little handle like that, you know. Be really careful because you don't want to tear them because they can tear. They don't usually, but they can. So there we go. I think that's pretty straight. I just need a little forkage right there. Oh, my bike ride was so nice. So I saw a bunny. I saw many people on the path. Wow. But they were all really pleasant, so there was no issues. And what else do we need? Oh, the skewer. Now that's so cute. I do really like this skewer, but that's got to be stamped off. I'm going to just do it on the back here, okay? Because I kind of wanted it to be not quite so obvious. here. So we're gonna do it on the back. Let's do you like right where I know you're gonna show. Maybe one more. I do really like the skewer. You can see the little mushroom really well. Okay, that all is gonna get hidden away. And I flubbed something, little something there, so that'll probably get covered, that whole fork. And let's see. The flames are really cool. I do really like how they did that, but the hot dogs are so nice. I love the little hot dogs. And I've got to get some white out. I thought I had a bunch cut and ready, but I don't. So let me grab a piece of basic white and get this cut out. I'm still getting over a cold, so hopefully my sniffling isn't too annoying to you. And it's almost gone, thankfully. I still am having to use my Kleenex a lot so that I can breathe even at night, which is a little distressing, but not bad. It's better now, better, much better. And let's see, so we'll go 4 1/4. And then I'm gonna just tuck that up here where I usually keep stuff. And why are you moving, Light? Because you're moving it, aren't you? Okay. And so the little hot dog, I wanted it to be kind of reddish. So I'm gonna use, I think I used cinnamon cider, but I actually ended up thinking the Cajun Craze was pretty good. So I'm gonna try Cajun Craze and you'll see if that is what I used, because I think it is. No, come on, there we go. Yeah, it is, but you gotta get the whole wiener. Okay, one more. All right, now the dies actually have more than just those 2, I believe. I think there might be 2 sets, which is really good because then you can cut these out pretty fast. And then the oven mitt, I do really like the oven mitt. And we've got to do that in real red. I'm still considering just doing my other hot dog rather than layering this. I actually just cut those in white and colored them just because I figured it was going to be faster to do it that way than to find, you know, the perfect bun color is not easy to come by. All right, now do I want this stamped off? I don't think so. I think that might be Poppy Parade, but we're going to go with real red here. Okay. Oh, man, what's with you today? I don't know. And I sat outside. Oh, I got like 4 or 5 plants planted. That was sweet. I really enjoyed myself doing that. And didn't hurt myself, thankfully, at least as far as I know. A Dad Like You is rare. This is a good one. And now, where did that come from? I have no idea. I did not. It might be here. Oh, there it is. A Dad Like You is rare. That's why I like this set. This is why I bought this set. I bought it for the food, and I bought it for the Holy Smokes, it's your birthday. Love is in the air. Oh, wait, that's barbecue. Well done. Dad Like You is rare. I love that. But we're not going to do it we're going to do it for Mother's Day. So Mother Like You is rare would be good too, but you know. All right. So we're probably just going to skip that. All right, so now we're going to do some die cutting, it looks like. Am I ready for that? I think so. Oh, not yet. Let's get the grill stamped. And I'm going to use basic black with that. Okay. I'm still using my Memento. You know, I've got a lot of Memento. I bought a long time ago when there were issues with the ink and all. I bought lots of ink and I'm not changing over for who knows how long. I did buy our new hybrid ink, but I haven't stamped with it yet. And you're gonna have to, you can use your Stampin' Mist. That actually cleans it off the best, they said. But you can't just use water. It's got to be cleaned off, and that's basically why I haven't even tried it yet. Okay, so we've got this going. It looks pretty good. One nice thing about these photopolymers is that if you don't stamp it exactly the way you like it, then, and frankly, I don't have a foam pad, so I'm taking my hand and just kind of rubbing on the bottom here. So it's transferring a little better than it would on this hard surface without a foam pad. I always just forget. But the good thing, here's the good thing too about the photopolymer is they actually cling really good. That stamp's going nowhere. Until I peel it off, it is not budging. So I don't have to worry about it dropping onto my paper and all of that, which happens sometimes with the other cling ones when they get older. The initial buy is fine, but when they get older, some of the sticky starts to wear off, and unless you put it on, now I'm gonna use the circle. Got it? Oh boy, I think I got a cough drop. I do. Better get it out. Already coughing. Wow. Okay, I've got my scalloped circle already done. Sorry about the... now, am I going to do well done, though? No. I think we're doing this card. No, we're not. We're doing this card. Oh, okay. Sweet. With a black grill. You're flipping awesome. Okay. Grillin' and chillin' is not fitting on there. Too big. You're flipping awesome. Let's see if it'll fit. I don't know if it will. Perfect, it does. Okay, we're gonna go with flipping awesome. And then I'm gonna figure it out after that. But first of all, let's just get that on there. Happy Mother's Day, you're flipping awesome. That would work, I suppose. I think I'm gonna have to put Happy Mother's Day somewhere other than that, because I don't think this is gonna fit on here. Let's see. Now, so this is one of our old ones that has that cling. Okay, so if this goes here, I can do it as a separate one. Might work. If I stick this on the bottom, it might work. We'll see. Okay, you're flipping awesome. I'm getting it as low as I possibly can. Oops. Ooh, that shadow effect is actually kind of cool. I didn't mean to do it, but it actually turned out pretty good. But I think we're going to just turn it over and do it again. That's funny. All right, it flipped right off of that, but now I've got it. You're flipping awesome, perfect. And then we're going to do, I think this will fit on here. Now, I can't see through on this one, so it is a bit more of a risk. I haven't trimmed this one either, and it's got all these little, this is the other thing about these. I usually have all of these trimmed pretty close to the design, so that I don't get my ink where I don't want it. Which means I can't sell them again. And maybe that's why I don't. I don't know. I mean, some people might buy it. I actually wouldn't mind buying it that way at all, as long as I know the actual image hasn't been used too much. When the stamps get used a lot, they oftentimes are not quite as sharp. And then, of course, these rubber stamps also, and probably the photopolymers as well, they do break down, you know, over time, and they're not quite as good. All right, now we're going to try this. Happy Mother's Day. Oh, yeah, fits perfect. Happy Mother's Day. You're flipping awesome. Wonderful. Now, my daughter is not the griller, so I can't send this to her, but I'm going to send this to somebody because we know a bunch of ladies who do grill. I just have to apply my mind to it. And maybe our daughter-in-law does. I don't know. I could ask her, but I kind of think she might be letting our Joel have the say on that. I don't know. I'll have to find out. I'm so glad I got that all on there. All right. I did see a turtle today, but it was in the water. And that's not as exciting, unfortunately. Okay. BBQ Master. And now we can get the dies going. Okay, I'm going to flip this over and stick it over here. I'm going to move all this stuff over here. Put the blocks away. And we'll play with that other stuff later. And I did finally get another top plate, so you don't have to look at quite such a big mess on the top. I don't know what I did with my other one. I might have actually finally broken down and thrown it away. And there we go. Hopefully I've got this so that it's gonna work. I'm gonna bend it a little. It doesn't feel like it's... I need to change out this plate, but actually, usually these are the plates, these bottom ones that work the most. But for some reason, this one has been... I mean, I think I've had this particular plate going since maybe maybe for 3 or 4 years now. This is the longest I've used a bottom plate. The top ones, usually they kind of start to go, and then I switch those to the bottom and put a new clean one on top. The bottom, you know, that you can, if it gets too colored from the cardstock even, it'll transfer that color to your white. So since this is the bottom, it doesn't matter so much. And I don't really see that happening too often, but it does happen once in a while, especially with your very, very vivid ones like green and purple. Okay, so got that done. And now we've got, where am I? Oh, there they are. I thought we had more than one hot dog bunch. I lied. I thought there was more than one. I thought there was at least 2. Okay, so it doesn't matter. At least it's 2 and not 1. But I thought there was more than 1. There was a big goose fight going on at the park. I sat and looked at them. It was such a beautiful day in the 70s today. So nice. Now it looks like the clouds are coming up. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, thankfully. That's why I got my plants out. I wanted to make sure they got a good soak. But there's one goose couple nesting on the little island that's in the middle of this little lake where my favorite bench to sit at and look is. And they actually weren't even very close to these geese. Another couple of geese, you know, just swimming, minding their own business as far as I could tell. But boy, they were sure threatening, I guess, because I have never seen a goose fly that fast. He flew right at both of them. One flew kind of off just a little. He wasn't too scared. Then he flew at the other one, and that one kind of started to fly away. Wasn't looking too concerned, but then suddenly started picking up. And I thought, you'd better, because he's like right there. In fact, he right in front of me, you know, but in the lake. So it wasn't like it was that close, but he nipped the back of that goose. He nipped her. It looked like he was getting her tail. I don't think it was her feet. It happened so fast. It surprised me. I've never really seen him actually catch one before. And I thought, well, good for you. Well, maybe they'll learn. But they didn't. They were back pretty quickly. It was very funny. All right, while I'm here, I don't know that I'm using these, but while I'm here, I'm going to take my leftover basic beige that I did the back, because my colors are real red, basic black, and basic beige. And I'm gonna just go ahead and do my skewers with basic beige here. Just in case I do get to one of those other cards. These are so cute. Look at you. If I can get you out. Okay, so we've got that one out pretty easy. I'm gonna stick you up there. This one I'm gonna have to use a little pokey tool. This is the tip to my pick a tool, and I basically just use it like this. And there we go. Now I think having 2 or 3 of those glued together wouldn't hurt to make it stiffer, but we'll live with it the way it is. All right, now if I wanted to, I could stamp everything. You've got the dies for the spatula, the ketchup, the fork, the little fork, and all of that. But what I'm going to use my other white for, just to show you what I did, I'm going to do the bun, the meat patty, the lettuce, and that's all I'm going to use because that's all I would want. I'm not going to show pickle on it. I really love pickles and love pickles on a hamburger, but it's just going to make it super fat, and I don't want to do that. So the layers, I mean, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to just do white for all those pieces, and then I'm going to put those on the side. And if I decide to use that hamburger, then I'll just color those pieces. Because I like them better colored than with my cardstock. I don't think I have a light. Do I have a light green that would work for the lettuce? I'm not sure that I do. Okay. Do you remember all the jingles for I'm not gonna sing it for you. You'd be running for sure. So don't get scared. The jingles, hold the pickle, hold the lettuce, special orders don't upset us. That one, what was that? Was that Burger King? The Have It Your Way commercial? Boy, we sure sang that a lot. Kids were more easily entertained in the 80s. All right, now, let's see here. Like lots more easily entertained. I'm going to take this and this. We're going to put all of our little parts here and put this all together before I lose everything, because I've already lost some of it. Did I put it behind me? I must have. I did. Okay. So we are kind of doing a modified version here of this one. So I do need a piece, or I could use a whole half a sheet of real red if I have it on hand, but I don't. So I'm going to use half of a piece. And my black circle's going to go right here. Got little white specks on it. Not sure how that happened. All right. Oh, the sun is coming out. Nice. Our lilacs are all blooming, and they're going to be done in a week. They go pretty fast here. I think they last longer in the Tri-Cities. I'm not sure about that, but it seems like it. Okay, so we've got that, and then I'm going to take this at an angle and stick it on here like this. This one looks bigger than that one, but it doesn't matter. We're going to live with this. Okay, do I want it like this? I'm going to take my barbecue. Yes, I think I'm going to do it like this, because then I can conceal my flub a little bit better, I think. Let's see, because I don't have to do it that way. No, it's going to have to be this way. I'm going to glue this right down because I'm still going to have another layer. So this is going to get glued down like that. And then after I color the grill, I'm going to put that on as with dimensionals. But I do want to color this with a smoky slate or I'm going to use smoky slate, light smoky slate, but you could use gray granite probably too. I think it looks like I might have used both. Okay, so I'm going to just color. This is not being like super careful here. Okay, and you could even leave it, I suppose. It wouldn't really, it looks pretty good even if you left it. That's just dark. Both of them are dark. Well, one of them must be worn out a little bit because it wasn't very dark. Now, if you want to get it a little lighter in any part of the coloring that you've done, just take a lifter pen, your color lifter, and it'll take some of that coloring off. Like if there's a flub part you want to fix, you can sometimes. Now, with this is a dark color, I don't think that's going to fix it, but I'm content. And so this is going to just go right on here with some mini dimensionals. Ooh, let's find the black ones. They'll work better. All right, now mini dimensionals. I got one that I've kind of cut right here already. Let me grab my scissors, and then I think this is narrow enough. This will go nicely for the little legs. Just stick you on there. Okay. And let's see what else is going on anyway. So there is a new catalog coming very, very soon. In May is when you will be able to order from it. Oh man, I've been having so much fun with it. It is wonderful. So get yourselves ready to spend. You will want to for sure. If you're a demonstrator already, you get to do the pre-order with us. And that is a huge perk. So if you haven't become a demonstrator, you should consider becoming one. Join our team. You always get gifts, you know, for various things. And I think you do with any team you're going to join. If you haven't, then you might want to check into that and see what's going on. I think most teams do that. And you know, just a whole lot of fun things. You get free tutorials, and you get fun Facebook groups to be part of that give you lots of fantastic ideas. So many ideas you will never have enough time to make and send. Now, the great thing about what we do is that we actually send these things. And people really do appreciate it, you know, a lot, in fact. So thank you for joining me and doing it with me, because people love that stuff. Okay, this is going to cover things up. I don't want everything covered up. We'll cover it. We'll do it here. Is that a deal? And I don't know that I need my swirl on this. I would be covering up my words if I did my swirl thing, so I'm not going to. I'm going to actually line it up a bit better than I did before. Do I have regular dimensionals out? Yeah, I do. Whole new pack. I love it when I can start a new pack. And anyway, you get to see things early. You get to order them early, which is really important when it's stuff that is, you know, is going to sell out fast. And believe me, in the new catalog coming up, that's going to happen. In fact, with this one, this set, I don't even think is... you know, I'm sad to say, I think this one might be orderable, but I'm not 100% sure it is. I think this one is, but I was looking at some of my other newsletters that are coming up, and I think everything is in now, but when I actually did the newsletters, when I figured out the scheduling, none of the items was available. Oh, I broke my nail again. I'm gonna have to. I gotta get my pot polish on here. I know you're cringing watching me do this, but if I don't, it's just gonna tear more. My nails are like super, super flimsy. So flimsy. All right, now so for the little hot dogs, aren't they cute? We're gonna glue one right down, so find the one you don't like the best. We're gonna glue that one down. Where's my glue? Okay, right here. And then we're gonna have to put dimensionals on the other ones to fit them all on. But there's not a lot of room on a little hot dog to put a dimensional. So this is sort of tricky. Do a little piece there, a little piece there. Thank you for flipping over there for me. That was very handy. So there's one. Actually, I kind of like them together. There. And then two is actually not bad. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just do that and we'll do a little hot dog in the corner here. Somewhere right there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll just do it right there. And then I'm not going to put any little embellishments on it. You know, some of us ladies of the house do a lot of the things that the guy you would think would do. I mean, that's just the way it is in many families. I'm going to take my So Saffron. Got a really pale one that's kind of washing away. Lemon Lolly would work too, but this pale saffron's going to just kind of color that. Well, it hardly did anything, did it? Let's do the dark one. There we go, because I want some color in there. I don't want it to just be white. And then I'm going to take my black marker. Now, you could use, since we're not selling markers anymore, you could use a Sharpie. This isn't even black, is it? This looks like, this is basic black. Okay, and it has a bullet tip. And I'm going to just do little lines here, like this, just to give it a bit more oomph with its little lines. Because I didn't really like it just white. Okay. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I like it. I just like it better that way. And then we can put it right on here, but I don't know if it's gonna, it could fit there, but it's a little big for the scale. So I think we're gonna just hang you on the side over here. And I didn't really cut that perfect, did I? So we're gonna trim off some of that white. There we go. And use a regular dimensional. And instead of the burger, we've got a little mitt. All right, so that's it for this card. I don't need to do anything more with it. It looks pretty good. If I had wanted to take my skewers and my meat patty and my lettuce, I would have just colored these. You see, these dies have little details in them, so you can get that detail to look really cool. All right, there we go. So if we use nothing too dark, I'm going to grab out my cinnamon cider. This is an old one, but let's see. Oh, the tip's really bad on that one. Let's try cinnamon cider with our meat patty and see how that looks. I think I'm going to want darker, because that does not look, that doesn't look like a meat patty at all. It's got to be super, super darker. I'm going to try 100. 100's pretty dark. That is very dark. That's better. Okay, so now with 100 on top of my cinnamon cider, kind of gave it a little bit of brown, but this is going to be lighter, and it might bring out some of the brownish edge to it a little bit. See, it kind of washes just that darker bit away just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. Probably you cannot. I can hold it here for a long time. The problem is my feed is like long, slow. All right, I do think this light cinnamon cider might be nice for the bun. Let's try it. Even though I've got a kind of a fluffy tip going there, I'm gonna go for it. Let me grab my tweezers to hold this down. I think this is gonna work okay. I'm gonna need to use some yellow on it, and I don't know, maybe something else, we'll see. Buy your blends, you know, buy them, buy a bunch when you know the color's going, like cinnamon cider is a color I used a ton of. So I knew I needed to buy extra when it was about ready to disappear, and I did. So I still have an abundance of it, even though it was years and years ago. Wow, what kind of color do I need for this bun? Because I want brown, but not really, not like that brown I have for the meat. Sometimes you can find a nice marker that is a similar color. Even our pecan pie might do. We'll see. I'll take the bullet tip and we'll see what it looks like. Actually, that looks pretty good. And then just add a tiny bit of color on the bottom of my bun. And I can do it on the little sesame seeds to just kind of bring them out of it. Okay, it's gonna just make it look like it's not just a bun. It's not just an ordinary bun. All right, now some green. Now this is where I have to kind of get a little cautious. I'll start with light granny apple green. That's actually not bad. Not bad at all. And then I can use a darker green to do the little lines. Okay, I'm gonna just use my garden green marker for these little lines, you know, just a little bit, just to kind of get it to pop out a bit. And that is your hamburger. So if you wanted your hamburger on here somewhere, you know, you could stick it on here. There's the bottom. Oh, that's got to go that way. There's the meat patty. You see, so what I did to build the burger is I took a piece of paper like this, which is my scratch paper. And then I just put some glue on it and then just built it right on top of my glue, like this. Okay, with your lettuce. And built it the way I wanted it. Let it dry, and then I just cut around the paper, around the hamburger, and then it's an easy glue right on the card. All right, so that is that. And then these little skewers, so cute, but they just don't really work with this card, but don't forget them. They're really nice. There's so many things you can do with this set. It's great for guys, great for women, great for people who just like to cook. Kids would love it too. They do all kinds of stuff. In fact, I do think sometimes the grill might be a safer place for them to actually work, because they might be forced to be more careful. I don't know. Oh, I've got a stray little hot dog there. All right, I think that is it. So you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for stamping with me, and I hope that you get this set and enjoy it as much as I have. And try flipping the camera. We'll see if it'll flip. Yay, it did. I'll see you next week. Have a lovely day. Bye. Oh, God bless you. I forgot we had Easter, didn't we? Oh my goodness. Have I done this since Easter? Easter was wonderful for us. Check out our church's webpage if you are looking for one. You're here in Springfield, because our church is awesome. Now, there's so many great churches here that you can easily find a really good one. But we really love ours because it's very welcoming and just fun. So anyway, aside from that, again, have a wonderful week, another lovely week, I hope. Make your cards and send them. People love them. All right, bye.